Alright guys, welcome back again to more Fate Stay Night. We are nearing the moment in which we see Shiro get killed off and resurrected soon enough by Rin herself. And I'm looking forward to it because we finally get to see everything unfold from a different perspective. And from there on in, seeing what happens seeing how everything else continues. So if anything else guys, hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for the love and support. And let's see this one through. Alright everyone, welcome back.
そんな問題じゃないだろ今の。なぜに紙のポスターがかような破壊音を。
Could this be the skill of a master?
あ、ごめん。こっちのポスター、初回特典版なんで豪華鉄板仕様だった。シロ、頭大丈夫？
藤ねえ、いつか絶対に人を殺すぞ、その性格。
その時はシロがお嫁にもらってくれるから安心かな。
全速でお断りです。そんな天然殺人鬼を相方にもらう気はないやい。
私そんな物騒なのじゃないと思う。
やっぱり得てしてそういう連中は自覚がないっていうのは本当だったのか。
How true, how true. I'll have to watch out or I'll be killed.
んだ、言ってなさい。そんなことよりシロ、私お腹減った。今まで待ってたんだから早くご飯の用意しよ
う。Fujine stands up. How strange. Fujine is helping out, even if it's only setting up the dishes. She must be really hungry.
はいはい。じゃあ藤姉は皿と茶碗な。ご飯ぐらい告げるだろ。
告げるよ。ねえシロ、私丼でいいかな。
いいんじゃないか。今日はさくらもいないし、どうせ飯は余るし。
よしよし。それじゃシロもお揃いね。
Fujine pours rice into 2 bowls. Oh well, I was gonna have seconds anyway, and besides, if I argue with Fujine, she'll take my dinner away. And to add, chaotic dinners like this have been common scenes for many years now. The day ends. Finishing a rowdy dinner and seeing Fujine off, I take a bath. After that, I practice my daily routine in the shed. I complete it as usual and go to sleep. It is Monday morning. The day ends peacefully without any troubles. Oh, does that mean the day of fate? Uh-oh. Yep, Fate Stay Night. Long day, long night. I'm in a fire. Collapsing buildings and burning people. No matter how far I run, the scenery is always red. This is a vision of 10 years ago. A memory of the distant past I haven't remembered in a while. I run through it as if recreating the scene. There's no escape even though I know it's a dream. I run, keep running. In the end, where I end up is how I'm saved after running out of energy. I wake up with a bad feeling. A feeling like a metal weight is inside my chest. I feel my forehead and find that I'm sweating a lot even though it's winter.
ああ、もうこんな時間か。
It's already past 6 o'clock. From the kitchen I can hear the sound of the kitchen knife cutting something.
さくら、今朝も早いな。
There's no time to be impressed. I have to get ready quickly and go help fix breakfast.
シロ、今日どうするのよ。土曜日だから午後はアルバイト？
いや、バイトは入ってないよ。一世のところで何かやってると思うけど、それがどうかしたか？
別に。暇だったら道場の方に遊びに来てくんないかなーって。私今月ピンチなのだ。
ピンチって何がさ？
お財布事情がピンチなの。誰かがお弁当作ってくれると嬉しいんだけどな。
断る。自業自得だ。 たまには1食ぐらい抜いた方がいい。
でシロには期待してないもん。私が頼りにしてるのはさくらちゃんだけなんだからね、さくらちゃん。
It's funny, I completely forgot Sakura was with us, even though he just mentioned it earlier.
私と同じものでよろしければ用意しておきますね、先生。オッケーオッケー。じゃあ今日は一緒にお昼を食べましょう。
You spoil her, Sakura. Breakfast continues as usual. Today, along with the usual, there's simmered lotus root with chicken. I don't think she has to make anything this elaborate for breakfast, but I think she's made a lot to it to take for lunch too. Sakura is a member of the archery club, and Fujina is in the charge of the archery club. It's natural for them to share lunches.
そういえばシロ、今朝は遅かったけど何かあった？
Fujina looks at me sipping her miso soup. Jeez, she's totally slow, but she gets sharp only at times like this.
昔の夢を見た。寝覚めがすっげえ悪かっただけで、あとはなんともない。
なんだ、いつものことか。なら安心かな。
Fujina ends the conversation like she's not interested. I'm not worried at all about it either, so I shouldn't get mad about it. 10 years ago, I used to have nightmares back when I couldn't get the fire out of my mind. But I saw less of it as time passed, and I'm well over it now that I can let it slide even after dreaming about it. But I guess it was pretty bad back then. Since Fujina has been here since that time, she's sensitive to my change.
シロ、食欲はある？今朝に限ってないとかない？
ない。なんともないんだから、人の夢にかこつけて飯を横取りするな。
シロが強くなってくれて嬉しいけど、もうちょっと繊細でいてくれた方がいいな、お姉ちゃんは。
そりゃこっちのセリフだ。もうちょっと可憐になってくれた方がいいぞ、弟分としては。
We make fun of each other without looking at each other. That proves my liveliness, and Fujina laughs with relief. To be honest, I'm glad she's worrying. But she'll be elated if I thank her, so I act like I'm discontented. Not knowing the circumstances, Sakura looks puzzled at the way we're acting. After Fujina leaves, we lock the house and leave.
先輩、今日の夜から月曜日までお手伝いに来れませんけどよろしいですか？
別にいいよ。だって土日だろ。さくらだって付き合いがあるんだから気にすることないぞ。
そんな違います。そういうんじゃないです。本当に個人的な用事でちゃんと部活にだって出るんですから。だから何かあったら道場に来てくれれば何とかします。別に土日だからって遊びに行くわけじゃないです。だから変な勘違いはしないでもらえると助かります。
What's wrong with wanting to hang out with your friends? Sakura's acting suspicious and she looks very tense. I don't know why, but I guess she just means she can't come over this
わか
weekend.
った。なんかあったら道場に行くよ。
そうしてもらえれば嬉しいです。
Sakura looks relieved, and when she looks down, her face suddenly stiffens.
先輩って
Sakura is staring at my left hand. Looking down at it, it's bleeding.
あれ？
I pull up my sleeve. There's certainly blood there.
なんだこれ。昨日の夜ガラクタいじってて切ったかな。
But it doesn't hurt at all. There's just a welt on there. The welt goes straight from my shoulder down to the hand, and it looks kind of like a small snake running from my shoulder to my hand.
ま、痛みもないしすぐに引くだろう。大丈夫。気にするほどじゃない。
Got blood pouring down your arm and it's nothing? Huh.
はい。先輩がそう言うのでしたら気にしません。
Now let's ignore the drips of blood, huh? Perhaps she's feeling bad from seeing the blood as Sakura looks away and falls silent. I leave Sakura, who has club activities, and head to the school building. The schoolyard is full of spirited students running around. But still, there's something oddly wrong here. This school is like it always is. The students at morning practice are lively and the new school building is spotless.
気のせいか、これ。
He feels the boundary too, huh? Good to know. But when I close my eyes, the air completely changes. The school building is covered with stains like membranes, and the students running around the schoolyard seem like empty dolls.
疲れてるのかな、おい。
I shake my head to clear it. I head to the lifeless building. School ends early on Saturdays. Classes end before noon, and after I finish helping Issei, the sun is starting to set.
さて、そろそろ帰るか。
I pack up and leave my classroom. And then...
なんだ、まだ学校にいたんだ、エミヤ。
Great. See you again, Shinji. Yay. I bump into Shinji. There are a couple of girls behind him being rowdy.
やることもないくせにまだ残ってたの？ああ、そうか。また生徒会にごますってたわけね。いいね、エミヤは。部活なんてやんなくても内心稼げるんだからさ。
生徒会の手伝いじゃないぞ。学校の備品を直すのは生徒として当たり前だろ。使ってるのは俺たちなんだから。
よく言うよ。エミヤに言わせれば何だって当たり前だからね。そういういい子ぶりが勘に触るって前に言わなかったっけ？
すまん。よく覚えていない。それシンジの口癖だと思っていたからどうも聞き流してたみたいだ。
そうかい。それじゃあ学校にあるものなら何でも直してくれるんだ、エミヤは。
何でも直すなんて無理だ。せいぜい面倒見るぐらいだが。
よし、なら頼まれてくれよ。うちの弓道場さ、今割と散らかってるんだよね。弦も巻いてないのが溜まってるし、安土の掃除もできてない。暇ならさ、そっちの方もよろしくやってくれないかな。元弓道部員だろ。生徒会になんか尻尾振ってないで、たまには僕たちの役に立ってくれ。
ちょっと先輩、それって先輩が藤村先生に言われてたことじゃなかった？
It's funny that I'm only now noticing. Look at his hands here. That looks weird. He has weird hands.
そうですよ。ちゃんとやっておかないと明日怒られますよ。でもさ、今から片付けしてたら店閉まるじゃん。そこの人がやってくれんならそれでいいんじゃないの？悪いよ。それに部外者に後片付けなんかできるわけないし。そうでもないんじゃない？あの人元弓道部員だってシンジが言ってるしさ。任せちゃえばいいのよ。
How are these girls into him? They're getting rowdy behind Shinji. It seems they're in the archery club, but they must be members that Shinji recruited recently, as I don't know them.
じゃあ、あとはよろしく。鍵の場所は変わってないから勝手にやっといてよ。文句ないよね、エミヤ。
なあ、構わないよ。どうせ暇だったからたまにはこういうのも悪くない。
サンキュー。それじゃあ行こうぜみんな。つまんない雑用はあいつがやっといてくれるってさ。
待ってよ先輩。じゃああとはよろしくお願いしますね先輩。
The cleaning ends quite easily, as I know the place well. It took a while as it was quite big, but it was fun cleaning the place I used until a year and a half ago. I picked up a bow thinking it might be okay to shoot just once, but since it wasn't mine, I decided not to. If I ever want to, I can just bring my own bow and come here.
にしてもカーボン製の弓が多くなったな。1年前までは1つしかなかったのに。
Carbon-based bows are good, unlike wood and plastic bows. But the biggest problem is the price, and they're not something we could buy with the club budget. Back then, Geneva was the only one using it. Are the new members rich too?
もったいない。木の弓の方がいろいろと手を加えられるのに。
Well, I guess that's personal taste right there. When I look at the clock, it's way past curfew. It's a little after 7 o'clock. The gate should be closed by now, so there's no reason to rush. But still, was this dojo always this dirty? There are loads of places that look unkept.
ここまで来たら1時間も2時間も変わらないか。
And this is how you end up witnessing the battle. I've started this, so I'll finish the job. The wind is blowing. It's so cold that my cheeks are getting numb. Fuyuki City isn't usually cold during the winter, but it is cold tonight of all nights. My breath hangs around as a white cloud. I wrap up my body to hold off the cold.
なんだ。暗いと思ったら月が隠れてるのか。
There's no light in the sky when I look up. Because of the strong winds, the clouds are moving fast. It's past curfew and there's no sign of life in the empty school. It seems this place is filled only with chill, as it's all silent. Just now, I think I hear something.
確かに聞こえる。校庭の方か。
This night, I must have been curious about the sound that broke the silence. To investigate it, I found myself hanging there, even though I somehow know that I mustn't. I go to the schoolyard.
人？
Well, they only look like that from a distance. It's a dark night with no light. If I want to know more, I'll have to go closer to the schoolyard. I can hear the sounds louder now. It's the sound of metal hitting metal. That must mean someone is fighting with weapons there.
バカバカしい。何考えてるんだ、俺。
I dismiss the image from my mind with a bitter smile and walk on. At that time, maybe my instincts noticed the danger as I hid myself as I approached. I don't know if this is fortunate or not. But anyways, when I get by a tree that's big enough to hide myself, I take a closer look at the source of the sound. My mind stops completely. There's something strange there. A man in red and a man in blue? They're dangerously armed, and as their ominous appearance suggests, they are actually slashing at each other. I can't understand. I can't follow them with my eyes. My brain does not work properly, faced with their impossible movements. But the clang of their weapons tells me they are trying to kill each other. I just knew immediately when I saw them. They're not human. They're probably just things that look like humans. I can tell not because I'm learning magic. Anyone would realize they're not human. After all, humans can't move like that. There's something no one should associate with. I can feel their murderous intent even from a distance. I'm gonna die. My body understands faster than my brain that I will definitely die if I stay here. That's why my heart's racing so fast. As a living thing like them, I sense that they're living things made only to kill. They're only using weapons made only to kill. I remember the murder yesterday. They said the family was killed with some weapon like a sword. I shouldn't watch any longer. But my body won't follow my commands and I can't even breathe. My mind wants to run away, but my judgment tells me I'll be seen the moment I run away. More than the conflict within me, my body's just numb. Even though I'm over 40 meters away, I can't breathe properly, and it's like I have a spear pointed right at my back. The sounds stop. The figures separate and stand facing each other. The moment I feel relief at the end of their battle, I sense an even stronger intention to kill. My heart stops. The numbness in my body becomes convulsions, and I clench my teeth to try to hold my trembling body.
嘘だ。なんだあいつ。
An overwhelming amount of magical energy is flowing into the guy in blue. Kiritsugu showed me once what it's like to draw in magical energy from the surroundings. It was a beautiful magic that impressed even an amateur like me. But that thing is different. Just as even the simple task of drinking water could seem ugly if it goes too far, what he is doing is so excessive that anyone with knowledge of magical energy would hate it. He's going to die. The guy in red is going to die. It's a blow with that much concentrated magical energy. There's no way he'll be able to survive it. He'll die. He's not human, so something merely like a human will die. That's something I can't just ignore. The doubt takes my mind off of them. The binds on my body disappear and the instant I take a deep breath.
誰だ
Ah, great. The guy in blue stares at me. Who's hiding? The blue guy's body sinks. Just that motion tells me that I'm his target now. My legs start running automatically. I finally realize that's an action to escape death, and I put all energy into my body into running away. I don't know how fast I ran, but before I know it, I'm in the school building.
何をバカだ
I regret my actions, panting heavily. I should have run into town to get away. What am I doing? Fleeing into such a deserted place. And the school of all things. Isn't there some better place to hide from than here? Anyways, why do I think I'll be killed if I don't escape? Because the dude with a giant spear is about to kill you, dude. My heart aches from running so much. Turning around, I can sense nothing pursuing me. The only sound in the air is the sound of my footsteps. So I can finally rest. I stop my feet, unable to take another step, send oxygen to my pumping heart, and look up to finally realize that I'm safe.
何だったんだ今の
I recalled the scene from earlier while catching my breath. Anyway, I'm sure that wasn't something I should have seen. Some things like humans were fighting in the school grounds. That's all I can remember. But there was something else I saw out of the corner of my eye.
もう一人誰かいた気がするけど
But I can't remember what the figure looked like. To be honest, I didn't have the composure to notice anything other than those two fighting.
けどこれでともかく
追いかけっこは終わりだろ
The voice comes from right in front of me.
いや割と遠くまで走ったなお前
Can't breathe. My brain stops, and even though I cannot think, I vaguely understand that I'm going to die.
逃げられないってのはお前自身が誰よりも分かってたんだろ何やられる側ってのは得てしてそういうもんだ別に恥じることじゃない
The lance is casually raised.
運が悪かったな坊主見られたからには死んでくれや
And the man's lance mercilessly pierces Emiyashiro's heart. There wasn't even time to dodge it. All the training I did was for nothing. I knew I was going to be killed. I knew I was going to be pierced by that lance, yet I could not move at all. The world distorts. My body grows cold. Feeling vanishes from my fingertips. I cough out blood once. More blood should have come up, but it only happens once. Perhaps the man's lance is special. The blood slowly clots and the heart that should have exploded stops working with just a single pierce. I can't see well. There's no feeling in me. I feel like a jellyfish floating in the dark sea at night. I don't feel any pain already. The world is white and only I'm black. So rather than feeling like I'm dead, it's more like the world around me has disappeared. I know this. I felt this 10 years ago. This is how someone feels when
死
dying.
人に口なしってな弱いやつがくたばるのは当然といえば当然だが
I cannot concentrate on my vision.
まったく嫌な仕事をさせてくれるこのざまで英雄とは笑い草だ
I can only hear voices.
分かっている文句はないさ女のサーバントは見たんだおとなしく戻ってやるよ
A voice filled with irritation. And after that, I hear footsteps running through the hallway.
アーチャーか蹴りをつけておきたいところだが
マスターの方針を破るわけにもいくまい。まったくいけすかねえマスターだこと。
The voice suddenly disappears. I guess he jumped out of the window or something. And after that, footsteps approach me and stop. In that brief period, more footsteps. I can't hear much now.
追ってアーチャー。ランサーはマスターのところに戻るはず。せめて相手の顔ぐらい把握しないと。
Whose voice was that? I concentrate my fading mind, but I can't remember anything. Right now, my breathing is too noisy. My lungs must be still alive. The air coming out of my mouth is as loud as a hurricane.
その割にはまだ死んでないってのはすごいな。
I sense someone looking at my face. Perhaps my breathing was loud as the figure tries to close my mouth in.
やめてよね。なんだってあんたが。
I hear the person grit her teeth. Then they touch me without hesitation.
破損した臓器を寄贈して代用。その間に心臓一つ丸々修復か。こんなの成功したら時計塔に一発合格ってレベルじゃない。
A pain-filled voice. With that, my mind stops fading. Feeling returns to my body. Slowly, bit by bit, like a drop of water going down a leaf, feeling returns to my body. What's the person doing? The person is sweating and places their hand on my chest with all their heart. When I notice, the place where the person placed their hand is terribly hot. It must be so hot that the frozen blood melted and started to flow again. I sense someone take a deep breath and sit down.
疲れた。
I hear a clang of something falling.
まあ仕方ないか。ごめんなさい父さん。あなたの娘はとんでもなく薄情者です。
And that's it. My heart resumes its activity. And then my mind stops. This is not the sleep of death. This is a restful sleep to recover the energy to wake up again. I wake up. I feel sick. My whole body's in pain. And I have a sharp headache each time my heart throbs.
何が起きた？
I can't remember because of the sharp headache. My body's cold, probably from lying on the floor for a long time. The only certain thing is my ripped uniform and my own blood on the floor. I get up with a hazy head. The spot where I was lying looks like a murder scene.
本当に。
Had my chest pierced? Bearing the pain, I enter the closest classroom. Moving to the locker with unsteady steps, I take out a mop and a bucket. This guy still cleans.
何してんだろう俺。
I'm still confused. Why do I still think I have to clean up when I've just met something totally outrageous and been killed instantly? Am I an idiot?
くそ、落ちない。
I wipe the floor with the mop. With unsteady hands, I manage to get the blood wiped off and pick up any trash lying around and put it into my pocket. Maybe I'm destroying the evidence. I'm still in a daze, so perhaps that's why I'm doing something so absurd. I put back the mop and bucket and leave the school like a zombie. I get hotter as I walk. The air is so cold, but it feels like my body's burning. when I get home, the day has already changed. There's no one home. Neither Fujine nor Sakura is around.